No country can develop without dealing decisively with corruption. As Dr. Sam Jonah rightly said, I quote, "The problem with corruption is not the absence of laws, but the certainty of punishment," unquote. I agree 100% with Mr. Sam Jonah on this point. In fact, we have more than necessary and adequate laws, but are they invoked or are they applied adequately and responsibly? The answer is no. We have heard of and read in the media about several alleged corrupt acts of public officials and political appointees of governments, past and present. Some of these reports led to their removal from office by the president or the powers that be. The fact that the authorities removed such officers from office sends a signal to the public that the allegations were true. The allegations against them were true. That's why they were laid off. But that normally marks the end of the drama. There is no public accountability by such public officials to the public in the form of public prosecutions on the alleged offenses that led to their removal from office, and the application of sanctions or punishment when found culpable. They are normally sent away with their booties, granted the allegations were true and they got booties. Such practice sends no good signal to other public officers who find themselves in their positions as replacement or in other public institutions, and the drama continues to roll on. You hear about the procurement boss. I read it in the papers that he entered the job of his bank account at 45,000 cedis, and when he was sacked 2 or 3 years afterwards, he had 50 million Ghana cedis in his bank accounts. I don't know whether it was my nephew Manasseh who did the story.
Something 41.5 million cedis.
Yes. That was what we heard. We read about the bust CEOs. It was not only one bust CEO who was dismissed on allegations, several. Nothing happened. No prosecution. Nothing. That's the end. If you have chopped small, go. Now, the effective implementation of mechanisms to address corrupt tendencies depends on the scope and synergies among our laws. In fact, many studies globally indicate that poor legal structures allow looters to hide money, rip governments, and siphon off cash meant for social interventions. Though we have the whistleblower law, as Madam mentioned, it is not easy to act as a whistleblower on corruption matters within our jurisdiction because of the common law position that he who assesses must prove. So before you report your neighbor whom you know is very, very corrupt, you should have the basic facts. You should be prepared to present the basic facts, evidence, so that he could be prosecuted. Now, unlike our position in the United States, if the government finds out that, or even the intelligence agency find out that you are living beyond your means, they will ask you to come and prove how you acquired your property. I think that type of law is better for our system. How did you acquire this when your salary is 2,000 Ghana cedis a month? But ours is, if you say he is corrupt, prove it. How do you prove it? In our case, the person bringing the information does not want his identity to be disclosed. Informants are normally close to the persons committing the offenses, so they want the information given to remain a secret. Though the informant or whistleblower may be right in his allegations of corruption against another, he is not prepared to come forward to give factual evidence. If he does come out, he, the hunter, becomes the hunted. It is therefore not strange that when our presidents are confronted with the issue of corruption, their answer always is, quote unquote, if you say there is corruption in my government, bring the evidence. You saw the video of the Malawian president. When a report came out that some COVID funds had been misapplied, and the labor minister was involved. He sacked him on radio and ordered that he should be investigated. Juan Magufuli became the president of Tanzania. In his first month of 100 days in office, he visited some government hospitals, the greatest of in Dar es Salaam, and saw pregnant women and sick people lying on the veranda, on the floor. He became mad and called the hospital administrators. Why is this happening? Don't you take monies here? I give you 2 weeks. I want to see every sick person lying on a bed. When he went there in 2 weeks' time, every sick person there was lying on a bed. Where did they get the money? Where did they get the money? When I talk of poverty of leadership, here's one of the things I mean.